Hello everyone, welcome to Karam Netflix YouTube channel. The movie begins with Kevin who lives with his grandmother. Kevin, an 18-year-old who lived with his grandmother since his parents passed away, worked in a shoe store to support them. Despite financial struggles and living in a challenging neighborhood, he spent his free time designing shoes with the dream of starting his own shoe company. Wanting to attend design school, he faced the obstacle of lacking funds and couldn't bear leaving his grandmother alone. One morning, inspired by a TV show about a lottery with a $370 million prize, Kevin's grandmother urged him to buy a ticket, believing her dream of winning was a sign from God. Kevin, being a dutiful grandson, agreed. Later, he and his friends, Benny and Stacy, encountered bullies curious about what Kevin would buy if he won the lottery. Remaining composed, Kevin nonchalantly stated he'd buy a helicopter when confronted by bullies. His friends found it amusing, but one, Billy, seemed irritated. Undeterred, Kevin and his friends continued their walk. Later, Kevin's heart raced as he saw his crush, Nikki, but his attempt to talk to her ended with her belittling him. At work, Kevin faced trouble with Lorenzo, a gang leader demanding shoes and payment. Choosing to protect himself, Kevin triggered the alarm, leading to Lorenzo's arrest. However, his troubles escalated as Lorenzo vowed revenge. Kevin, facing a day of misfortune, confided in Stacy, revealing he was fired. Amidst the gloom, he discovered lucky numbers, prompting him to buy lottery tickets for his grandmother and himself, seeking a glimmer of hope. Returning home, Kevin learned that his neighborhood labeled him a snitch despite Lorenzo's arrest, causing his grandmother to comfort him. That night, they eagerly awaited the lottery results, but the numbers announced didn't match. Disheartened, Kevin watched a broadcast the next day, discovering his lottery ticket was the $370 million winner. Hesitant to share the news widely, he urged his grandmother to keep it secret to avoid potential theft. Determined, Kevin took Benny to the shop where he purchased the winning ticket. Learning he had to visit the city's lottery office, Kevin, on the way with Benny, couldn't contain his smile, revealing his lottery win. Benny, initially puzzled by Kevin's sudden joy, was shocked upon hearing the news. At the lottery office, they discovered it closed for 3 days, leaving Kevin disappointed. Returning home, they found a crowd gathered due to his grandmother inadvertently revealing the news. Fleeing from the pursuing crowd, Kevin and Benny contemplated escaping, but Kevin deemed it too complicated, opting to face the situation instead. In an attempt to simplify the situation, Benny suggested spreading a rumor that the lottery ticket was fake. Agreeing, Kevin was about to proceed when he discovered a crowd, including the previously hostile gang of bullies, eagerly awaiting him. Their support changed his perspective, and he decided to treat them as a gesture of goodwill. As the crowd celebrated, a confused Stacy arrived, prompting Kevin to share the truth about winning the lottery, and she enthusiastically joined in the excitement. Elated that Kevin could now pursue his dream of starting a shoe company, Nikki approached them and invited Kevin to dinner. Despite Stacy's warning about Nikki's intentions, Kevin, unfazed, accepted the invitation. In a surprising turn of events, Kevin borrowed money from a loan shark, Sweet Tea, who not only provided the funds without hassle, but also assigned his bodyguard, Jimmy, to protect Kevin. Kevin, in a generous mood, treated Benny and the bullies to a shopping spree and even bought shoes from his former workplace. When Kevin invited Nikki to dinner, Stacy observed from a distance, struggling with jealousy. At an upscale restaurant, Kevin was initially happy despite the high prices and small portions, only to realize later that Nikki was solely interested in his newfound wealth. Kevin, on his way home, was unexpectedly invited by his enigmatic neighbor, Mr. Washington, a former boxer who, despite his quiet demeanor, knew everything through eavesdropping. Mr. Washington, having heard of Kevin's lottery win, warned him of potential threats due to his own past experience. The next day at the church, Betty cleverly delayed Lorenzo's arrival, giving Kevin a chance to escape, but Lorenzo eventually caught up. Jimmy intervened, but was defeated. Unable to win a fistfight, Kevin cleverly trapped Lorenzo in a train and escaped. Fearing Lorenzo's retaliation, Kevin hesitated to go home and doubted Betty's offer to safeguard the lottery ticket, suspecting ulterior motives amid newfound kindness. Betty felt deeply hurt by Kevin's distrust despite their long friendship. Realizing his mistake, Kevin hurried to apologize to Stacy, acknowledging her sincerity. He regretted not realizing his feelings sooner and pleaded for a chance to love her genuinely. However, Stacy, skeptical of his quick turnaround, doubted his intentions. In a bid to prove his sincerity, Kevin impulsively kissed her. Returning home, he found Lorenzo waiting, resulting in a brutal beating and the theft of his lottery ticket. Kevin woke up at Mr. Washington's house, realizing Lorenzo claimed the ticket as Kevin hadn't signed it. Apologizing to Betty, who forgave him, they joined forces to find Lorenzo, but he remained elusive. Amid the turmoil, Sweet Tea demanded repayment, threatening violence. Kevin, in a financial and emotional mess, sought a way to reclaim his lost fortune. With his friend's assistance, Kevin devised a plan to draw Lorenzo out. Spreading a rumor that Lorenzo's held ticket was fake, their talkative neighbor unwittingly alerted him. Lorenzo confronted Kevin, and Sweet Tea intervened, but Lorenzo overpowered him. When Lorenzo brandished a gun, Mr. Washington intervened, delivering a powerful blow that rendered Lorenzo unconscious. Kevin reclaimed his lottery ticket. Months later, he invested in the community, building a neighborhood park. Using some funds, he launched his shoe company, appointing Benny as CEO and Stacy as his lawyer. Opting for convenience, Kevin purchased a private helicopter to avoid traffic. Seeking a peaceful night's sleep, he ensured comfort prevailed.